Hey guys, so bit of a different video today. I don't actually have anything to unbox, so I thought that I would just do a quick little Q&A, get to know me sort of video. I asked on Instagram, it was probably like a year ago now, for questions, and I also asked last night too. So I've wrote down 45 questions that people have asked me. If I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at, my little notepad. So we're just going to do like a little silly video today. Some of these are going to be super quick answers, some of them will have more of a story to them. And if you're wondering why the background is so boring, it's because Chili is in the other room with loads of fans on him. He's got like 4 fans on him. It's so hot here, I don't want to turn them off, but it's really noisy to film in there. So we are just boiling to death in this room for now. So I'm just going to get started and go through these. So the first question is, how old are you? I am 31. What's your zodiac sign? I'm an Aquarius. How tall are you? About 5'3". The last time I measured, could have maybe changed. I feel like I might have gone up a tiny bit, maybe 5'4", 5'3", 5'4", something like that. Do you have any pets? So I have a lion-head rabbit who lives here. He's called Chili. He's like a grey sort of colour. He is absolutely just the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. He is about 1.5 years old now. I did a whole little video on him, so if you want to see him properly, I will put that down below in the description, but I'll also put a little picture of him here now. And then at my mum and dad's house, I do have, or well, they have, I guess, 2 cats and 2 dogs. We've got 2 Persians, Angel and Bella, and we have 2 dogs, Louis and Bentley. Bentley is my dog, technically. He is a huge Old English bulldog. He's white. He's quite old now. He's like 8, I think, or 9, so it was just easier for him to stay there instead of coming up into a flat where there's like no outside and stuff. Number 5, what colour are your eyes? They are blue, or they were blue. I feel like they've gone very grey, especially when the sun hits them. They are literally just grey. I'm not sure if that is a colour of eye, but if not, blue-ish, I would say. Are you in a relationship? I am. I'm actually engaged now. We've been together for over 3 years. He proposed a couple of months ago. People keep asking, like, am I going to film the wedding and when the wedding's going to be and stuff. It's going to be a long way to that. We want a house first and stuff, so probably years and years. But when the time comes, I probably will film bits of it, whether that's like on the day actually a proper like filming person or not, I don't know, but I'm sure you will see some part of it at some point. Do you have any children? I don't know. Do you have any siblings? No, I don't. What is your shoe size? I am a UK 6, which I think is quite average over here. I don't think that's like big or small. I think most people I know are like a 6. What is your favourite film? So I have 2 favourite films. I have The Craft, which is a witchy sort of one, and The Crow, which, if you haven't seen it, it's kind of about a man who gets killed by some people with his fiancée, and he comes back to life to kind of like, not get revenge, but like, you know, put the wrong things right, as they put it. So that is The Crow. Do you smoke? I don't. I have never smoked in my whole entire life, not even one time. I think it's kind of gross personally, just in my brain, so I haven't smoked, no. Do you have any phobias? I really hate spiders, big spiders. I don't mind little tiny like money spiders, but when they are like the house spiders that are like this big, no, disgusting. And I don't like the sea. The sea really scares me, just because you can't see what's under it. It's just creepy. Dirty like river water and stuff as well. I don't like water that's not super clear, basically. So that is another one. I'm also really claustrophobic too. I don't know if that counts as like a fear, I guess, maybe a phobia. Do you believe in ghosts? I do, to an extent. I'm not sure really that all these like ghost shows that are on TV and stuff are real. I don't watch them and believe them, but I do believe in ghosts though. I did a video on a haunted doll that I bought, and I truly believe that that was really haunted. So I will put that video down below too in case anyone hasn't seen that. But yeah, I believe in ghosts, just not always believing people saying they've seen ghosts. Do you have any talents or party tricks? I have weird fingers, so I guess this counts sort of like a party trick. Not a talent, I have no talents at all, but I have stupid party tricks. So my fingers are crazily bendy. They do this weird thing. Hopefully that's not grossing everyone out, but yeah, that's what my weird fingers look like. And I can also do this with my tongue. So that is the only party tricks that I have. Nothing interesting, nothing cool, just those two things. Has anyone ever saved your life? Very weird question, I feel like. Not in a sense of like I was about to get run over and someone has like grabbed me and saved my life. No. I did have a cyst or a tumour kind of thing when I was 18. Apparently it was the size of a grapefruit. They kept leaving it and leaving it and leaving it until it was an emergency one day and it was twisted and I was crazy ill and I got rushed to hospital and I had to have an emergency operation. I guess that saved my life, kind of, maybe, but apart from that, no, I've never like been in any accidents or anything like that, touch wood. 16, what is your favourite food type? I really love all foods, I'm not gonna lie. Food has become like my kryptonite. I'm really trying to lose weight, but it's so difficult. I would say Mexican, if I had to choose like a type, Mexican was probably my favourite. I just love like enchiladas and quesadillas and all that kind of stuff. Number 17, what is your dream job? This one is gonna sound bizarre, but since I was young, for some weird reason, I would have loved to have been a prison guard. And I don't think that is something that I will ever do because I'm small and I'm soft and wimpy and I just don't think I'd be good at it. But I would love to be a prison guard. Prisons really, really interest me for some reason. I can't explain it. That's just my dream job. I don't know why. 18, did you go to uni? I didn't. I went to college and I did beauty in college. So I did like waxing and manicures and facials and stuff like that. But I didn't go to uni though. Where do you buy your nails? I buy my nails from anywhere that is cheap. Usually that is Primark or Shein or Shein. Romwe, those kind of websites, AliExpress, anywhere where they're like £1.50, I will buy them from there. Yeah, I don't really buy expensive ones. Sometimes companies do send me more expensive ones and they are amazing and I love them, and I usually try to save those for like special occasions, but they're just daily wear ones. I'm not wearing any right now, but the ones that I wear usually daily are just very, very cheap ones. What do you do for work? I, unfortunately, work in a finance office. It's very boring, in my opinion. It is not what I ever thought that I would do. I kind of hoped that YouTube one day would take off and that would be my job. I don't really make anything from this anymore, honestly. So yeah, finance office is where I work. Next, is the eye star a tattoo? I'm assuming you mean this little star here. It's not a tattoo, no. It is an eyeliner stamp. I just stamp it on there every time I'm doing my makeup and then it wipes off. What was your first tattoo? So my first tattoo was cherry blossoms on my foot. I know people say feet is one of the worst places to get tattooed. For me, it was one of the easiest places for some weird reason. I have both my feet fully done. Since that, it has been added onto, so it now has like a peacock attached to the cherry blossoms, but originally it was just sort of like a branch with flowers. So I'll put a picture of that here now, just in case anyone is interested. 23, what is my favourite tattoo? Honestly, I've got so many, I don't really have a favourite. I love so many of them. There is some I would definitely have changed if I could, but I think once you have them and once you have so many of them, you kind of just get used to it being there. Like the crow on my side, now I've gained weight. She is a big fat crow, and if I could have changed that and not had a massive, huge, pregnant looking crow on my side, then I would. But, you know, it's fine. I don't mind it. I don't regret it. The only one I slightly hated was the wings on my back, which have now changed, and now it is a totally different tattoo. So I am going to do an updated tattoo video at some point soon, hopefully. But yeah, I don't really have a favourite. I guess my now fiance has done a few on me. I love those. I have a Plague Doctor, which I think is done amazingly. I have a Pennywise, which I think is done amazingly. So they are maybe some of my favourites, but I don't have a specific one. Next, tattoo plans. So there's 4 different ones that I kind of have in mind. The first one is a huge Halloween one, so I'm going to get like Halloween as in the film, Michael Myers. I'm going to get a big Halloween one. I'm going to get a Grim Reaper. I'm going to get a Brandon Lee from The Crow, sort of like a portrait. And I'm going to get a Greta Gremlin as well. So they're my 4 next ones, hopefully. Number 25, favourite band or singer. I feel like this changes a lot. Right now, currently, I would say my favourite band is Ice Nine Kills. We went to see them, I think it was last week or the week before that. They were so amazing. Loved every song, knew every song. It was so good. He is such a good singer. If you've not heard of them before, they do sort of like horror movies made into songs. So a lot of horror movie songs. I like a lot of different bands. I also like a lot of people who are just generic, like Madonna's old stuff. I like a lot of 80s music, like Bon Jovi and things, so loads of different stuff. But favourite band currently is Ice Nine Kills. What was your first horror film and how old were you? I don't know 100%. I have a really bad childhood memory for some reason. I don't remember a lot of things. I would say maybe about 11, and the first horror film I can remember was The Faculty. We watched it again recently and it sucked. It is so bad. I'm apologising if anyone likes that film, but it is so cheese. I kind of remember that being one of my first ones though. The Craft, which is my favourite, is also one of the first ones I ever saw. Again, must have been like 12-ish, something like that. If you could go anywhere, where would you go? I would go to America. Maybe at Halloween time, like a trip around different places. I would go to LA, I would go to Salem, I would go to Florida, New York, just the more mainstream bigger places like Disneyland and stuff, Universal, and I would go in all of the Spirit Halloweens and buy everything and ship it all back home because I think it's amazing. I would also probably say like maybe Japan, but I feel like it scares me a little bit to go there. I'm not really sure why. I think it's because I don't understand their language and they most of the time don't understand mine, so it's more difficult to like navigate. But that would also be like an amazing trip to go to Japan and places like that too. When did you first start YouTube? I think it was like maybe 2012, something like that. It's been like 10 or 11 years now. I didn't used to film as much as I do now. Now I try to do at least one a week. Sometimes that doesn't happen, but usually it's about one a week. Before though, it was maybe like once a month at the start. But you can go back and watch a lot of my older videos. They are still on here. I think there's only a few I've deleted. Favourite drag queen. So we watch RuPaul's Drag Race every single weekend. That's like our Saturday thing. We get a takeaway, we watch Drag Race. We've also watched Dragula. I have a lot of favourites. I would say if I had to 100% choose, maybe Jinx Monsoon. I kind of love her. I also loved Willem. I don't know, I love loads of them honestly. I think Jinx is just so funny though that they're maybe one of my top ones. Okay, number 30. Have you been to the USA and where did you go? I have one time with my friend, maybe like, oh, it was a long time ago now, I don't know, maybe like 8 years ago, something like that. We went to Florida, we went to Disney, we went to Universal for 2 weeks. It was the most amazing time. Never met nicer people, never had nicer food. honestly, probably like one of the best times of my life. It was so good. I wish that the UK was like that. I wish they sold the same things. I wish they had the same food. I wish they were as friendly. It was amazing. So Florida is the only place that I've been. Favorite TV shows? I have so many. If I had to choose one all-time favorite TV show that I could only watch for the rest of my life, it would be The Simple Life, which I feel like isn't what people would think. It's not a horror or anything. The Simple Life is Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie, and they go around America doing different things, like working different jobs on a farm and like in a butcher's and stuff like that. I just love it. It's my absolute favourite all-time comfort show. I also obviously love other things. We're watching Dexter again at the minute. I love Vampire Diaries. I love all that kind of stuff. I love like serial killer documentaries and stuff, but yeah, The Simple Life is my all-time favourite. Number 32, favourite horror items I own. So I would probably say my Mezco Roto dolls. I've got 4. I've got the Nun, Pennywise, Ghostface and Annabelle, and I just think they're really cool. They're detailed, they're cute. They used to be like on the shelf in the back of a lot of my videos. A lot of people used to ask where I got them from. I did just get them from the internet, but I would say they're probably my favourites. Oh, what pets do you have? I've already answered that one. I wrote it twice. Number 34, do you practice witchcraft? I don't know. I know I get a lot of spooky witchy boxes. I get witch casket, I get witch box. I don't practice though. A lot of those I either give away, like to my mum, she practices, or I end up selling them as a whole box just because I can't keep like 5 boxes, 4 boxes a month. It's too much. But yeah, I don't practice. My mum does though. What got you into horror and spooky things? Honestly, I don't really know. When I was growing up, I don't feel like my mum was as like spiritual as she is now, but I guess there was times when I was younger that like were odd. So for example, we used to live in a church house which was like attached to a graveyard. So the graveyard was the garden, so you'd like kind of wake up, go to breakfast, and there'd be like a funeral going on in your garden. Not that that's made me like into spooky horror things, but I kind of grew up slightly around that stuff. They had taxidermy when I was younger as well, my mum and dad. I don't really know, honestly. I guess it's just people that I've been around as I grew up, like my friends maybe were into that and stuff. I've always been around a lot of tattoo artists. I'm not really sure why, just a lot of my friends and whatever became like tattoo artists, so maybe that's why, but I'm not sure, honestly. Have you ever met a celebrity? I have met so many celebrities because I used to go to a lot of conventions, so Comic-Cons, horror conventions, stuff like that. I used to get a lot of the autographs and like pay to meet them and things. I probably have like 50. Maybe I could do a video on that sometime, like showing all of my autographs. I've also got little videos of when I've met some of them as well, so I could maybe cut that in there, do a little celebrity meeting video. But I have met literally so many, I couldn't even tell you. Loads from horror films, like all the Jasons and Michael Myers and the guy from Human Centipede, and just loads of really random ones. Number 37, how do you waste time most often? I'm assuming that kind of means like, what do I sit and do that wastes time the most? I would say I watch podcasts the most. I am obsessed with H3. I know that's probably controversial. A lot of people don't like him, but it is my favourite podcast in the world, and I have watched all of them. I watch them pretty much every single day, I would say, on the way to and from work. On Saturdays I sit and watch them all day as well. I just love H3. I also love Bailey Sarian. A lot of YouTube sort of podcasty speaking videos is definitely how I waste the most time. My favourite season, I like spring, where it's like not freezing and it's not boiling, but I also obviously love autumn time because that's when all the Halloween things happen, and that's probably my busiest time of year. So Halloween, like autumn, I'm gonna have to say. Are you allergic to anything? Not that I'm aware of. I do have like a sensitivity, I guess you could say, to the adhesive on plasters. So if I ever go for a blood test and they put that little like tape on me and stuff, I always like, it peels my skin off for some reason. So yeah, plasters, but not allergic to anything serious, no. Number 40, if you won the lottery, what would you buy first? I would 100% buy a house. I don't mind where we live, but it doesn't feel like home because obviously it's rented. They constantly want to come in all the time. It's just, I don't like it. I can't decorate it how I want to. It's all very beige and old lady like. I wish I could paint the walls white. They won't let me. Yeah, so I would love just a house that I can decorate as we want. That would 100% be the first thing that I would buy. What is your favourite colour? Obviously I would say black if that was a choice, because everything like I wear and own is 90% black. But if I had to choose an actual colour, I would say either really like bright hot pink or a purple, like a deep sparkly purple kind of colour. When is your birthday? It's the 29th of January. Where have you worked before? So I have worked in game, which if you're not from the UK is as it says. They sell like Xbox, PlayStation, that kind of stuff, games. I've worked in a piercing and hair extension shops. I used to sew the little clips on the hair extensions and stuff and like match them to people's hair and pierce ears and things. And I also worked in a vet's as well for a long time, being like the receptionist. So that was pretty cute. We got to like hold a lot of cute animals, see a lot of cute animals, feed like newborn puppies, stuff like that. That was really sweet, but the boss there was horrible, so swings and roundabouts. Do you like any sports? I don't, honestly. I think the only sports that I've ever really watched was ice hockey, and that's only because I used to do a lot of ice skating and the hockey matches were on before the skating session started, so I had to, like, I ended up watching those. But I hate football, I hate rugby. I would never sit and watch those. That is not my thing at all. And the last question is, do you drive? I do. I think I passed when I was like 23-ish, so 7-8 years ago. I don't have like a fancy car or anything. I just have a Fiesta. It does have a personal number plate which includes 666 in there. I'm not going to tell you the rest obviously, but I've tried to make it as like spooky as I can for just a normal generic car. But yeah, I can't imagine not driving because my job is like an hour's drive away, so that would be very annoying if I didn't. So yeah, that was my 45 get to know me questions. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know I've been on YouTube a long time and I don't think that I've ever done this, so maybe that'll kind of help you guys feel more like you know me a little bit. And I hope you liked it as well. If you did, please subscribe. If you've got any other questions, you can feel free to ask them down below. I will try and answer as many as I can. But yeah, thanks for watching and I will see you soon. Bye guys.